So here's another problem I set out to solve. I was in need of some new car truck ramps, and apparently most of what they sell out there today, other than the high-end lift market, are these plastic ones and the old cheap small steel ones. As you can see, I was skeptical, especially after finding these pictures confirming my initial thoughts about these new supposedly stronger than steel plastic ones. I was already turned off by the old steel ones for being too skinny and short. So the plastic ones can break well understated load limits, and the steel ones are dangerous and a pain for solo work. No thanks. My solution? Build your own. I happen to have all these scrap pieces from other projects except for the bottom piece of 2x12. So I'm in this project for one fresh 2x12. If you need to buy it all, it's still cheaper and safer, but if you do some projects regularly like I do, you'll probably have some laying around. I went with 12-inch width as the unit will be less likely to tip and the drive track is easy to guide on. I stepped each 2x12 with end cuts from a previous project using 1x10 pine, so there is no jerking up 2-inch steps. Note that I used plenty of construction adhesive and did not sink my screws all the way for extra tire grip. Rather than step again for the final incline, I actually implemented a small angle. This allows the last step to be gained and the final resting position and height to nearly be completed at an idle, rather than simply having another step and then immediately needing to stop before going too far. The transition is flawless feeling compared to the old steel ones where it's gas, 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 hard brake immediately, which is not ideal if it's this easy to fix. I ended up with about a 6-inch lift at the ideal park point. Be sure not to go too far on these type of ramps, as any of these ramps will inevitably tip or you'll roll off if you go too far. I added the top stoppers as a last resort. You want the bulk of the weight closer to the middle. This elevation is just enough to change the oil on our car, and for basic ramps, all I was looking for. If it can suffice for the car, it can easily do for a truck. If more height is desired, you could add another step or possibly two without putting the height at unsafe levels. These 2x12s can hold a ton of weight and are much safer than the plastic or steel ones. Stronger, wider, longer, and cheaper. I had some leftover exterior paint laying around, but it is not necessary to paint. If buying paint was your only option, I would probably skip that. This is about as easy as it gets for any do-it-yourself project. Just get some lumber, adhesive, a drill, screws, and a saw, and that's all you need. This is beginner all the way through. If this is something you're interested in, do some of your own research to be safe, and remember to use chocks and the parking brake before getting under a vehicle. I made a flat top so they could be stored vertically, and at 12 inches they fit perfectly between the garage studs. I just hooked them in place with some paracord and they're all set. I didn't make them entirely solid so I could still carry them with one hand. With such small gaps, the strength is not affected in any meaningful way. Hopefully this video has given you some new ideas. Thanks for watching.